Alright, what's the story with you? Good morning, good evening, and what's the crack? Alright, so yeah, back for another episode here. That was my Irish junkie accent. So I'll just share this around, see if there's anyone around. But it's Thursday here in Tokyo. Just had a pretty relaxed day here. Had met a girl earlier. Had a good time. But yeah, just back on the fucking live stream. So today I want to talk about how there are no shortcuts to getting pussy. You got to put in the work. So that's the topic I'm going to talk about. I'll probably rant on about a bunch of other stuff, but you know, that's the main idea. You know, the reality is it's not easy. It's not easy for guys to get pussy, and you know, there's no magic words that you can just say. You know, there's no tricks. There's no it's basically you got to put in the work. You got to put yourself in harm's way. You got to take risks. You got to do this, that, and the other. You know, it's not, there's no, you can't go and get, I don't know, get some cure. You can't swallow a pill and you're just going to like be a player. That's just the way it is. It's a grind. I mean, if you want to be a player, you gotta be willing to put up with all the bullshit. Cause chicks give out so much bullshit. I mean, if you're gonna be a player, it means you're dealing with women. It means you're gonna deal with a lot of bullshit, without a doubt. It's unavoidable. You can't avoid dealing with bullshit if you're dealing with women. I mean, you can choose whether or not to put up with it or not, but I mean, you're gonna end up meeting some, really unpleasant women if you're a player. Some guys just don't really have it in them to be a player because it you need to have resilience, and some guys just don't have resilience. Let's see if I can get some more people in the Yes, if you're watching, let me know who you are. You can have a chat. Let me know what time zone. I think this time zone, it's 8 p.m. here in Japan. It's probably pretty early in other time zones, but maybe I'll need to change the time zone because I don't know. Need to figure that out. Yeah, so yeah, it's coming up on it's going to be Halloween here in, what date's it today? It is the 29th of October. So it's going to be Halloween on it's going to be, what is it? Saturday night. Yeah, that's going to be a good night. It'll be interesting. I'm going to be going to a house party in MLD's house. He's gonna be throwing a house party. Usually there is a huge like outdoor kind of Halloween event in Tokyo where people just gather and thousands of people gather dressed up. This year I'm sure it's gonna go down pretty much, you know, as normal. But usually it's insanely crowded. But this year I don't know if it's gonna be as crowded, but I'm sure it will, because Tokyo is pretty much running as normal. So we'll see. But I'll be at the house party most likely. But we'll probably go to a club after. Halloween in Tokyo is wild. It's a wild, wild thing. Let me see. Yeah. So, um, yeah, I love Halloween in Tokyo because you just go out and it's like being in a giant outdoor strip club or a giant outdoor swingers party. There's just like girls, bunny costumes, girls wearing just wearing underwear, high heels, any excuse to be basically be a slut. It's kind of a red pill about how girls really lap up the opportunity to dress like really sexy. I mean, in normal circumstances, they can't really. I mean, they can do it, but it's not really socially acceptable. Halloween is the only socially acceptable time of the year where they can actually, really dress outrageously slutty and get away with it because there's thousands of other girls doing it. So yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time. Um, there mustn't be many people around because it seems there's two people watching, and need to I'll need to maybe anyway, whatever. I'm just gonna continue talking away, but the topic I was gonna talk about how there's no pill you can just swallow and just wake up the next day and you're just gonna have pussy coming at you. It's just not gonna happen. I mean, you're always gonna have to put in the work, no matter what. It's it is what it is. I mean, if you're getting rejected by women, I mean, there's a reason for it. We're all gonna get rejected like a certain amount, but if you're getting rejected all the time, there has to be a reason. There's gonna be a reason why you're getting rejected. If you're getting 100% rejection, you know there there's something wrong with you, or there's something missing in your game that you need to fine tune, or you need to fix, because I've done game with guys that are incredibly out of shape. Really, I know one dude, super heavily overweight. I would call him obese. This dude's obese, and he's successful at day game. He can he can get pussy, and he can get same day lays, like, and if a guy like that can get it, you know, um, of course he should, he needs to. People like that need to work on their image, their fitness, but you know if it's kind of, it makes you think, like, if some dude that is like seriously overweight can roll up to a girl and get an instant date and get a same day lay, anyone can do it. But you know his game is obviously he makes up for his weight by having solid game. So whatever you're lacking, you have to make up in some other shape or form. um there's it's so infinite. There's an infinite variety of combinations. There's little tricks that you can use, but even something like the puppy pill. If you don't know about the puppy pill, but the thing is, there's a thing called the puppy pill. If you don't know about it, and if you do game when you have a cute puppy, it basically is what it says on the tin. You know, it makes game a lot easier. But the thing is, you have to take care of a puppy. It's not easy. It makes game easier, but you're responsible for a dog. You have a dog in your life, and having a dog in your life is, everyone should have a dog. Dogs are man's best friend. I uh, I recommend people. If I could have a dog, I would love to have a dog. But right now, I'm too busy to have one. But so even though it makes game easier, you still have to take care of a dog. So it's there's no easy way. There's no easy way. Like, but it's fun. I mean, if you ever, it's an eye opening. It's almost like cheat code. But the thing is, like I said, you have to take care of a puppy. Like, and that's a lot of fun if you have the time to do it. Um, yeah, dogs are great. Dogs just like kind of make your life better because if you get a dog around, they're like extremely loyal. They increase your happiness, and that's why they're called man's best friend for a reason. But yeah, eventually when I can, I'll get a dog as soon as possible. Not only for game, but just dogs are dope to have around. What's up, Winston? Good to see you in here. Yeah, yo, if you don't have a dog and you have the ability to have a dog, you should get a dog. Like, seriously. Um, you know, I grew up with dogs. I grew up with having a dog. I like dogs, but I'm out here living in Japan. I have to work. I'm busy during the daytime. I wouldn't be able to have a dog, but eventually I'm gonna get one for sure. Um, you know, it's just it would be good to have a good partner in crime. Yeah, like so. Yeah, but MLD, that dude has the best little dog, Happy, and sometimes I take care of it, and yeah, your mood just increases, your overall happiness. So the dog's called Happy. It's just good vibes. Dogs are innocent, you know. Dogs are kind of like, you know, they're goofy. I like, people ask, are you a dog person or a cat person? I'm like, cats. I can respect cats. I like all animals, but like cats are cool. They're like they can, climb shit. They can, but they don't increase my happiness like a dog would. Dogs are just like, they're just unbelievable loyalty. They say when you die, if you die alone with a cat, the cat will eat you. The cat will eat you, but a dog will just lay down beside you and die as well. 'Cause dogs are real. Like, dogs are a dope sidekick to have. Um, yeah, yeah, when cats want to kill you, they just know you can fuck them. Yeah. Cats, yeah, cats are just not as we don't humans don't have that connection with cats. Um, Cats are, some people disagree, but cat people, I don't trust cat people. Like, listen, I like cats. Like, cats are interesting creatures. They're kind of, but we don't, there's not that real like connection like you can have with a dog. You know, dogs is unbelievable loyalty. Unbelievable. It's they'll protect you for sure. But yeah, I think it's seriously eye opening. Doing game with a cute dog. And it has to be a cute dog. It can't be one of these big badass like pit bull kind of dogs. You're not gonna attract babes with like big badass dogs. Like I love all kinds of dogs. Like, but you know, if I was living, in Tokyo, I'd get a like little furry little, you know, one of those. I don't like those little scrawny dogs like the ones, but I get a nice little small one. But dude, it's eye opening. It's kind of like cheat mode. I know the title of this video is there's no shortcuts, but the thing is, if you get a puppy, you have to take care of a puppy, and that's not fucking easy. They're shitting and pissing all over your house. So I don't recommend you get a puppy just for doing game. That's kind of stupid. Um, get a dog if you're gonna get a dog. I mean, get a dog just because you can, first of all, and it's gonna increase your overall happiness. They just do. Dogs just in general are good for humans because it's amazing to have that loyalty anytime. They will not like you know what I mean? As long as you give them attention and treat them well, they'll like they would like die for you. So but you know, I was roll anytime I roll around Tokyo with MLD's dog, or if I'm out with MLD and he has Happy the dog, Happy the little puppy. Um, it's incredible the amount of attention that we get from women. Like women that otherwise would never give you any attention, that would never look at you, that would never even like completely ghost you. These women would stop in their tracks on the street and just like put their hands on their face and go, "Oh my god," and like just freak out. Um, just because first of all, number one, the dog's cute. Um, you know, Also, it's in Tokyo. It's definitely kind of status symbol. If you have a dog like that, people know that it's kind of expensive. About whatever. I guess a dog like a little small dog, little cute dog would probably on average cost around $3,000. But it's kind of it shows that you have the time and the resources to take care of a dog. Was Winston says, I've had girls approach my dog and rudely ignore me. These are a no go, right? That's a good point. Yeah, that's a very interesting thing to say because uh yeah, there was so I told a story about a girl that I met um on Friday. I think it was Friday night, and this bitch was she had a lot of red flags, but one of the first red flags she showed, she did exactly that. Winston, she did exactly that, and I didn't like. I mean, I love Happy's great, Happy the dog. I mean, but she literally. So I had arranged a date with this girl, right? But I was taking care of MLD's dog, so I brought Happy along, and uh, so when I arrived at the spot, the meeting place, the girl was waiting outside the coffee shop, and she literally didn't make she barely made eye contact with me, and she reached down and spent, she just gave Happy all the attention, and that's fine. Happy's great, but it was like she didn't. She basically ignored me. Like, and this is the first time we were meeting. Um, you know, so that was the first red flag. So yeah, girls that rudely ignore you and give the dog all the attention without giving you any respect, definitely red flag. But I mean, I wouldn't rule it. I wouldn't rule them out. I mean, still try if they're hot, still like try and get their number or whatever. But whatever, you know, pimp or be pimped. Try and milk them for what they're worth. I mean, fuck them. They're rude bitches. They're still you can still fuck them. You're not gonna date them. You still fuck them though. You know, it's all good. Um, but yeah. So that was a story with Happy, but it's definitely a good dogs are definitely a good sidekick to have around. But there's kind of like cheat codes and things like that where you can make game easier. However, you'll pay for it in other aspects of your life. I mean, um, you know, uh, like I said, you shouldn't be getting a dog just for doing game. That's kind of it's kind of lame just getting a dog specifically for picking up chicks. I mean, get a dog because you like dogs, and it's What's up, Peter? Good to see you here. Yeah, yeah. Hit me up on Telegram. Let's have a chat. Been a while. Um, yeah, but I highly recommend getting a dog for anyone who can get a dog. You know, um, probably there's nothing wrong with, like I said, you shouldn't get a dog just to like pick up chicks, but there's no harm in killing two birds with one stone. As in, if you're gonna get a dog, you should get one that isn't gonna intimidate bitches, like a big Alsatian or a big pit bull or whatever. All dogs are cool, but I mean, there's different kinds. Different kinds that will help you out in different ways. Like a big ass Alsatian or a big pit bull, no one's gonna fuck with you, but no chicks are gonna fuck with you either. So they'll be too scared to approach you. Or like But if you have a like little fluffy, chubby little mutt, you know, everyone's gonna wanna chill with you. Then you just become more trustworthy as a person. Just because if the dog looks well taken care of, then it just shows that you're not some kind of like serial killer motherfucker or whatever. But yeah, kind of gone off topic. But the point of this video was to say that there's no easy way to there's no shortcuts when it comes to being a player. You got to become like valuable as a man. You got to have something about you that is sexually attractive, or shows that makes you attractive to the opposite sex. And that usually doesn't come easy. It takes work. It's just the way it is. It's some people get it easier than others. Some people have they win the genetic jackpot. Some people they're born into rich families or whatever. They don't really have like this the struggle to become financially successful. They kind of get things handed to them. But most people are going to have to work on some aspect of their life, whether it be money, muscles, or game. There's going to be something that you know that we have to work on. If you're if you win the genetic jackpot and you're born into a rich family, you have it pretty good, but you might be, I don't know, you might be totally socially retarded, and you might not be able, you might have zero game. So game might be a huge hurdle for some people. Um, other people will, be have to be born into a working class or poor family and have nothing handed to them, and maybe they didn't win the genetic jackpot, so they're, but they have just some kind of really good game, I don't know, for some reason. And so they'll have to work on their finances and their, their whatever, their looks or health or whatever, fitness, fashion. Everyone has different struggles, like, so it's all it's all about where you're at. Some people, a lot of people in this arena actually have a lot of people have their finances sorted, or at least like they're not at risk of becoming like bums on the street. They a lot of people I notice in this arena have some their finances in reasonable condition, because guys in this arena are usually trying to self improve. It's like guys that are losers don't tend to come into these circles. It's guys that are trying, and even if they are losers, they're they're not, because they're trying to improve. They're trying to consume information that is going to improve them, because they want to do something for themselves. So that already shows that people in this circle, and at this in this corner of the internet, that it shows that they have the motivation to make their lives better. So that's the first step, to have the motivation to improve, to make your life better. And if you don't have that motivation, that's a huge problem. Not having the motivation is the biggest, you know the thing that will hold guys back the most, is when they suffer from lack of you know lack of want. you know know your worth. What's up? Good to see you here. What time is it with you? Know your worth. Let me know where, because I don't know where you guys are at all over the world. It's 8:30 p.m. here in Tokyo, Japan. And I'm just wondering what, know your worth. 7:20 a.m. NYC, bright and early. Nabil Steele, it's early, 4:30 a.m. Damn, that's super early. That's a bright and early start. J Rolander, 7:30 a.m. Winston Wolf, we got 1:30 p.m. Romania. Peter, 12:30. Okay, so there's a variety of time zones in this chat alone. That's interesting. Yeah, we're kind of all over the world here. The magic of the internet, you know. But yeah, these guys listening in at this early time is impressive. Yeah, it's a weird time to be alive. Connected, getting connected, all like, we're just have all these connections globally, like global connections. It's wild, but it's a good thing. It's a good thing for knowledge. But I don't know. Something's gonna have to be done about the censorship that goes on, though. I don't know. I don't know. I'm using YouTube right now, but there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things I would like to say that I feel, I can't. I feel very kind of restricted on this platform. It's very annoying, the fact that there's certain words I can't say. It would just be a lot better. I feel like I can't really be like my true self on this platform. I hope there's another alternative platform that gets to that has the same services as YouTube. But we can have like completely free discussion. There's no like words we can't say. Um, that has to happen because I don't know. There's great people. Afi Kingdom, another guy, another day game coach that got kicked off YouTube, I believe. I don't know why, but people are getting kicked off like for just for freedom, for speaking their minds or whatever, or saying the truth. Um, that's really messed up. I'm really hopeful that there can be some alternative platforms that we can jump to, and we can have open, free discussion because I don't believe I don't believe YouTube will. Yeah, yeah, Peter. Yeah, thanks for that. I hope so. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna start looking at some alternatives because I'd like to go somewhere where I could talk, not only about game but about other issues. Most people are here for game, but I'm also about truth and I just want to be able to speak freely without having like AI, detecting certain words that I say, interrupting my flow, and shadow banning, outright banning, just insane stuff. Um, it's crazy. I just don't like it. I had an interesting thing happen to me where I was on Instagram, and I sometimes send voice messages on the messenger, and I sent a message telling my friend back in my home country, Ireland, about how the situation in Tokyo is completely fine regarding the bear bug. Like I was like, everything's open. There's no. The only difference is people are wearing masks. More people are wearing masks because people used to wear masks even before Corona. And basically, the message was intercepted, and my friend got a notice saying that the message contained something that went against community guidelines. Unbelievable. And this is a country. Ireland is one of the countries that has one of the strictest, restrictions in the world or whatever. It's on lockdown again. Ridiculous stuff. And then I did an experiment. I sent the same message to MLD on Instagram, and that went through fine because Japan must have some. I guess they apply the whatever the AI to certain countries. Japan isn't under lockdown, so it has less restrictions. So then I resent the message to my friend just to make sure it wasn't some mistake, and again it was intercepted, and I couldn't send a voice message. So they picked up certain words such as beer bug on the AI, and I couldn't send a voice message on Instagram. Unbelievable. But this is just a crazy kind of, you know, these companies building up too much power, too much. And yeah, I think we need seriously quickly need like alternative, like high quality alternative too. Not, because the thing is, YouTube is high quality. I'm able to live stream. It's, I can communicate. We have the live chat here. It's good quality, but hopefully we can get a platform where we're all like, able to communicate and stick together, and not have our freedom of speech, taken away from us. Because I'm all about freedom of speech. If I believe in ultimate freedom of speech, like I'm willing to listen to bullshit that I completely disagree with. I will defend someone's right to say something, even if I disagree with it 1,000%. You know, because I don't want someone, I don't want anyone's freedom of speech to be taken away. But yeah, we're gone on a bit of a rant there, but that's what it is. Um, that's just what it is. Yeah. So Miguel joined the chat. What's up? Good to see you in here. Yeah. So, but it's all good. It's all good. Let me know if. Yeah. So. Yeah, but yeah, it's just one of those things where I noticed that a lot of guys have certain elements of their lives squared away, and but they still struggle with game, and that's fine. But it's just you're gonna have to work at some element of your life, whether it's money, muscles, or game. Some people have to work on the money element, where they have to sort out their finances, their career. They need to set goals for themselves, all that kind of thing. Some people have to have health issues. For me personally, I think health is the most important thing. Mm. Health, it has to be one of the most important thing, because that is like, we were born, and someday we're gonna die. Like, so in between that time, you're trying to maintain your vehicle, which is your body. Your body is the basically is the source of everything. Um, as long as you're healthy, you can be happy. Basically, if you're really healthy and you're mobile and you're physically fit, you're going to be. I believe even if you're broke ass poor and everything's going shit in your life, as long as you're physically in good shape and you don't have some injuries, you know, inflicting on your life, or some disease or something, you it's possible to be happy. Um, you know what I mean? It's definitely something I think people need to prioritize out of the three pillars of money, muscles, and game. When it comes to getting women, it's definitely game is the most important thing. Of course, you money and muscles have to be at a certain standard. Like, you can't, like, you need money to at least be able to buy a coffee, and your health needs to be such where you're not dying of cancer or something. But if your game is seriously high level and you have a supreme confidence, then you can definitely get women, uh, regardless of the money and muscle situation. Um, but yeah, it's just your fitness and your health is something that cannot be taken for granted, because that kind of thing can be taken away from you, like that. Like, it can leave you. So you got to appreciate, you got to respect your body, you got to respect your health, and that needs to come number one. And then that your finances come second, and your goals in life. And game is the one that I envy the guys that don't that game is something they struggle with, and they have the other two squared away, because game is the one where you can, if you have the other two squared away, if you have your health and your career finances sorted, you can enjoy working on game, because game is something that should be enjoyed. Like, women are just a pleasure in life. Women can never be your center of attention, your point, your focus point in your life, because if they are, it's going to lead to it's just not a good idea. Miguel says, Mac, how long did it take you to get going with day game? I got going immediately because I just started doing it. It's I guess, at the start, I guess I was kind of ignorant. I guess my ignorance helped me out a lot. The phrase "ignorance is bliss." So I was like ignorant to the whole game, the idea of game, and I just started doing it. And I'm in a country where I wasn't able to speak the national language, like Japanese, and I just started doing game. I remember I was using like Google Translate, trying to like talk to girls, and I guess it makes the situation like you know funnier or whatever. It makes it, if you're trying to communicate, but as long as you're out there trying it, it doesn't take long. I mean, as soon as you get your first success, I mean, there's no going back. Um, it's all about keeping your I could quit doing game, and sometimes I'm it depends on my rotation, how successful I am, how many women I have in my life already, how many contacts, how many women I have. And if I have a lot, like if I have over whatever 5 or 6 that are just around me and I can call anytime, and then I might have a few contacts that I haven't even met yet, then I might fall off. I might not do day game for a few weeks, because I've been busy. I haven't had to do game. So then you might be off. You might never I might not have approached a girl for a month. I mean, a month would be probably pushing it. If the stocks are very full, and I have plenty of women around me, it might 3 pushing 4 weeks. I might not just do day game because I'm busy. I have all these women around me. So then when you start doing it again, you feel like, oh, okay, this is like, yeah, I understand like why guys, like, I know I can do it, but when I start doing it again after 3 or almost 4 weeks, I I get reminded of why guys find this so difficult, because it's like you have to act like impulsively. You can't have all this hesitation around you. It's fun. It's fun. I like the challenge, actually. I like getting myself into that kind of like restart mode, because sometimes when you're doing like game like really solidly every day, it becomes too normal. So sometimes it's good to I like to take a break, just to give myself that, like, to remind myself of why guys find this so difficult. Because it's like once you stop, like yeah, it becomes kind of like you're refreshing your game or whatever. Like, it's like starting again in a way. I know how to do it. I know what's involved in it, but it's still, it feels like, okay, I haven't approached a new girl in like 3 weeks. It's like, okay, this is why guys struggle with this, because so I'm here to teach guys that it's normal to feel that way, but if you don't like come through that, you're not going to get anywhere. um yeah, so Brent says, yeah, that's me. Game is my sticking point, but working at it every day. Yeah, good job. Like, as long as you're working at it, you know um persevere. Miguel says, I've heard some Japanese girls get a little turned off when a Gaijin speaks Japanese too well. What are your thoughts on that? Guess it's probs just Gaijin hunters mostly. So yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, so some girls outright some girls outright cannot speak English. They just they studied it in school, but whatever, they never really learned. They never spoke it. They don't have. So most girls can't speak English, right? So that opens up a new that opens me up to a lot more women than to a guy that can't speak Japanese. But yeah, you're right. It's more of a Gaijin hunter thing. So Gaijin hunters tend to be, usually they can speak English. At least they can speak conversational English, and yeah, that's it. Sometimes it's a bit of, I get the vibe that their pussy dries up just that little bit when you start speaking Japanese. But the thing is, I'm not going to be speaking Japanese with a girl that can speak English, because you know I'm aware. It's we're all aware. Maybe I think we're all aware of the something called frame. So if I'm able to bring her into my frame, I'm going to do that. You know, so if it's kind of down to practicality. Like, I'll speak Japanese if I need to. If I don't need to, I won't do it. You know, so that's basically it. And it is definitely it's definitely a thing where you know I'm on another kind of relevant point is in if you're a dude and you're living if you're a guy and you're living in a foreign country, it's definitely smart to realize that you're going to be more attractive if you don't try and fit in. Basic, if you don't try and like if I was to try and be like a Japanese guy, that would be the lamest, most unattractive thing to even girls that aren't Gaijin hunters. Um, Me, like, I'm interested in languages. I like learning languages, but there's a difference in me like being interested in languages, like in being able to speak Japanese and wanting to be Japanese. Like, I'm never I'm not I'm an Irishman in Japan. Like, even if I stayed here till the day I died, I'm an Irishman in Japan. I'm not an Irishman. I Japanese are based like you know you can criticize them for it or whatever, but they take pride in their country, whatever. It's their country. It's not like the West where we're super liberal and we're like anyone can come, and you're automatically like like people don't respect that. I say I'm an Irishman in Japan out of respect for Japanese people, because I'm not going to be like, I've lived here 5 years, I'm somehow Japanese. This kind of insane, like, it's absurd to even, for me, to even think of saying that. It sounds so ignorant. But looking back at the way things go in Western countries, you like we're so cocked. Like, Western people are so subdued. It's like, oh, like, someone's been in my country 3 weeks. They're Irish. Like, they, oh, if I say they're not Irish, I might get in trouble. Oh, like, unbelievable weakness. Like, just super cocked. Like it's absolute joke. But yeah. So basically, I went in a bit of a rant there. But my point is, I don't try and be Japanese. I abide by all the laws. I don't like, I'm not super ignorant. I don't like, I don't come in here and bring my Irish traditions and like, but I'm a Western Irish guy in Japan. I'm not gonna try and become Japanese to try and get more chicks, because even if I did that, it would have the opposite effect. They would be turned off by some foreign dude coming here and pretending he's Japanese. It shows weakness. It shows that you must have something wrong with you from your home country. It doesn't show you to be a dominant kind of alpha dude. If you're coming here and if you're coming into Japan, you're trying to be Japanese. Like that's so I hope that kind of I think I expanded on your point there, but that's just the overall, like, I speak Japanese when I need to, and I'm not ashamed to speak Japanese. I kind of like learning Japanese, to be honest. But if I don't need to speak it in a dating situation, I definitely won't, because yeah, it's good to take them into your frame. A lot of the time, you know, well, if it's a Gaijin hunter, you're definitely not one of our first. But you know, a lot of time when I have to speak Japanese, when it's a girl that can't speak any English, it's like yeah, I'm using Japanese to communicate, so we can, just because she can't speak English. And you know, yeah, so that's just the way it is. But it's it's down to it's kind of practicality. But I definitely don't try and bow down and try and some you see it all the time. You see all these like Western dudes trying super hard to be Japanese, and it's like the women here just like people, even Japanese guys, like Japanese, not only women, but like people like respect them less because they're almost annoyed by it. Because Japanese, they're I'm not an SJW. I'm not looking for sympathy. I don't give a shit really, but they are kind of like super. Let's just I would call it let's just say you know you know they if you're not Japanese, you're not Japanese. That's just the way it is, and that's fine. Like I'm Irish in Japan, so I don't have a problem with that. No issues. I like living here. I'm in Tokyo, having a good time. Contributing to society, helping out, banging a lot of hot women. It is what it is. So I'm gonna be doing that anywhere I am. If I'm in America, if I'm in Europe, if I'm in wherever, I'm gonna be looking for. I'm gonna be trying to get laid. So that's just the way it is. Human nature. I'm just not shy about it. Um, yeah. So yeah, that was a good question. Gave me a chance to expand on it. Kind of, you know, answered your question, Miguel. Winston says, so what's the proportion of hunters to non-hunters? Oh, well, I mean, I've said, yeah, that's a good question too, but I've said it many times. Gaijin hunters are an extreme minority. Like, seriously, like, and the reason that is because I've explained it many times, is that Western guys are generally, for the vast majority, not a Japanese girl's type. Girls have types. Girls are the most racist. Like, when it comes to sex, guys are not really racist, as far as I see. Most guys I know, some guys are, but when it comes to women, guys are not. Guys are pretty, like, we just like hot women. We don't care what color their skin are. Most guys, some guys prefer a certain ethnicity or whatever, but as far as I'm concerned, I like all types of women, like whatever country, as long as they're hot. Japan just happens to have more hot women. That's the only difference. But yeah, Winston, the proportion is very small, but luckily Japan is hugely populated and very dense, and there's plenty to go around. Like I said, if I lived here for 1,000 years and had sex every single day with a new girl for the rest of my life, I would not get through all the hot girls that are here. Just it wouldn't be possible. It's ridiculous. Um, you know. So that's yeah. So I don't know. It's I think we're all like I think most guys are just we just want to we just want hot women. We don't care. But women are different. Women are like, oh, they will. I've heard women like super. They're super racist when it comes to their types. You know, that's just what I've noticed. Not from even around the world, like across the board, women will be like, oh, I'll only date Japanese, or I would never date a foreigner, or whatever. Um, it's all kind of it's different. Guys are more like, yo, I want to hook up with some hot chick. I don't really give a fuck, you know. Um, know your worth. So, Mac, I set up a second Bumble account. I saw an ex colleague Total Smoke Show. Didn't match with her, but I have her IG though. She lurks my stories. Caught her checking me out. Have you pulled from IG? Dude, I've pulled from IG so many times. IG is a solid place to pull. Guys, you got to keep your you know all the windows open. You know, it's not just day game. It's not just online. It's not just night game. You do everything. If you want to be a player, don't rule anything out. But IG is a good spot to get it. She's lurking on you. You can initiate it by if she's lurking on all your stories, man. You can I think that's a good indicator that you can get in there. And she's ex-colleague, so whatever, get in. You don't have to worry. If it was a colleague, I would say, nah, don't shit where you eat. But it depends on what kind of job it is. It depends on how committed you are to it. If it's some crappy part-time job, then whatever. Yeah, fuck your colleague. Who gives a shit? But if it's a job that you like and you're getting it's feeding you, then um, you might want to consider that. But all right, Peter, good. Thanks for dropping in. Yeah, be in touch on Telegram. Um, yeah. So yeah, know your worth. I would say since she's an ex-colleague, just make a move. She's creeping on all your stories. Just I wouldn't, I would just try and like, I would DM her. I would slide into those DMs, try and like set up a date or something. You get to the point, you know. Chicks only tend to creep on guys that they're interested in. If they're not interested in you, they won't look at your stories. At least she has some interest. There's some reason she's looking at you. Um, yeah. So if she's a girl you want to bang, get in there. Daniel Mendez, how do you slide on DMs? I mean, there's you just don't overthink it. You just, I mean, don't depends on what type of girl it is. I'm in a different kind of category of Insta because guys, do you know what my Instagram is like, super like it's not really a typical Instagram because it's like photography game. My Instagram's like this, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's not a normal. It's not about me. I do like photo game, you know? So my Instagram's like outright NSFW. My Insta's NSFW. So um my Instas tend to be like kind of more ridiculous. Like I can get some real like I can get into it like sooner because Mine is more kind of explicit. So if it was if your Insta is just you, kind of a hot dude kind of shit, just slide in and say what's up. She's an ex-colleague of yours, so you know who she is. Just say, hey, how are you? How's life? What's up? Let's grab a drink sometime. You don't have to give yourself away. You're just like, yo, let's have a drink sometime if you're free. And if she's into you, she'll agree to it. If she's not, she'll either leave you on red or she'll make some excuse. Who cares? Who gives a shit? Next, like, I don't care. You don't need to worry about it. But get in there, slide into the DMs, and ask her on a date. Yeah, but yeah, Instagram's it's different for me. It's I need to get into, because I have Drip Drop Slap and I have Mac the Day Gamer, but I pretty much don't have DHV Instagram. I really should do one, like, but I don't know. I kind of enjoy using the Drip Drop Slap one because I get like hot women to come over and we're able to shoot naked photos and it's a good time. But there's Instagram's is a good result. So yeah. Yeah, Winston, you're right there. It does. It is. They understand. Most of them do, but yeah. I'm killing. Let's just say I'm killing two birds with one stone. Sometimes, yeah. But yeah. So I think that is gonna be it for today. But guys, if you ever want me to, if there's any topics you want me to talk about specifically regarding game, like I'll always have something to talk about. But if there's something specific you want me to, if you want me to talk about, whether it's about game, about Japan, anything, hit me up wherever in the comments, on fucking slide into my fucking, hit me up on Instagram, email me, and it's all good. So as usual, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you here tomorrow for another episode of Game Life. All right, so wherever you're at, have a good day, and I will catch you again. Peace out.